Hello and welcome to this channel, you gorgeous folk. How are you doing? Today I'm going to talk about the Great Awakening and where I perceive us to be and where the emissaries perceive us to be too. We'll talk about that on the other side. So whilst I was out running the other day, I was listening to two Spanish guys who were talking about basically going back through the pandemic and all of that. And what I was aware of was both of them were absolute, and these are very, very big influencers here in Spain. Influencers are probably not the right word, but they've got a big audience. Both of them were absolutely adamant that the Great Awakening is happening full force. And, the guy was saying people are waking up thousands in Spain. He was talking about thousands by the day. Yeah. And that's the sense that I get. And here in Spain, thousands by the day. In the world, millions by the day, in my opinion. And so I was asking the emissaries about that, just about what their thoughts are on it. And they said, absolutely. It has never moved as quickly as it's moving now. And they're talking in terms of energy, that they can feel the energy of the Great Awakening happening. And they said, and we feel really, really grateful to be part and to have helped in this Great Awakening that's happening. They said, just as you and everybody else who's been on this journey can feel good about themselves, that they've been part and been able to help in this Great Awakening. And they give me like an analogy of at the beginning they showed like these people going along with a little, those candle holders, the old candle holders in a glass like this, and that was the only light that we had. Very few people carrying the light, but it didn't do much. And now and then they showed me like all of these people running, with the torch, the Olympic torch. And I know there's a link with Lucifer with that, but that was what they showed me. The Olympic torch where you get the torch and everybody's got the torch and then the lighting. And they showed me the lighting, the bracken, right? Now, when I was a kid, my brother was a pyromaniac. And I don't say that lightly. He was a bugger for lighting fires. He just, all the time, he just wanted to light fires. I don't know what for. He burned himself once. We found some drums of petrol, big ones like this, and he dropped a match in the drum. It blew up in his face, and he had to go to hospital with third-degree burns or second-degree burns. It was obsessed. Anyway, one day we were on the hills. Now, we lived in this flat, and then there were some hills there. And on the hills, there were loads and loads of this bracken, the spiky things with the yellow flowers. And he had some matches with him and he lit the bracken. Okay, now the idea, he lit it and then he stamped it out. Okay, dun, dun, dun. Fair enough. And then he lit it again and then he stamped it out. The third time that he lit it, the wind picked up and it went whoo, and there was no stopping it. And the thing is, the whole hillside was filled with bracken and it started to burn like crazy. And it's whooshed up at the speed I've never seen before. It's incredible, incredible. We ran away, as any good child would do, from the thing that they've done. We ran away, but we watched from a distance and the fire brigade had to come and put it all out. I mean, they could have let it go, but obviously they had naught to do. So they went and put it out. So I know all about lighting bracken, even though by proxy, because of my brother. That's what the emissaries were saying. That's what happens is when it lights and there's a good wind, it goes so quickly. And I think this is where we're at now. It's the sense I keep getting, which is once this ball starts to roll, and it's starting to roll, there is no stopping it. Until it has completely burnt everything. That's where we are. Now, very important, because the emissaries said this, that just because the Great Awakening is happening doesn't mean everything's going to stop. Everything's going to be super. That's not what it's about. But it's about a perception change. I mean, I am seeing at the moment, like you just see these waves of what's happening through the media, through our media as well, the alternative media. And what I see is that people are starting to see through the lies, to see through this psyop that we've been under for so long. That's the awakening. It doesn't matter what you awaken to. It really doesn't matter. It's seeing through the lie. And the power that they have for us and with us is a lie, is to make us believe their lies. And so the emissaries are up to here with their work. They're busy as heaven. They really are. And also I think that we need to be busying ourselves, doing everything that we need to do, making sure that we are on the right track, that we are doing what we need to do, because we need to be, because so many people are waking up and they are, poor things, are going to be lost. They're going to be lost, they're going to be angry, they're going to be confused. We need to be shining lights for them. We need to set an example for them. We need to let them see that anger and violence and all of that isn't the end result. All right, it's a process that you go through, but we need to show them that that's not where they need to be. Let them see that there's a better place to be, which is that place of kind of acceptance that this is how it is, but not acceptance of what is going on. It's kind of like, I do not agree at all. I do not consent at all. However, I'm calm in myself. And it's a place that you get to, but you've got to pass through an awful time. And I think there's going to be an awful lot of people passing through an awful time as well. So as well, we could probably do well just to duck for a bit. Batten down the hatches a bit, because when it really gathers momentum, when that fire takes hold, there'll be no stopping it. Let's see. What do you feel? Do you feel that? Are you seeing this kind of movement that's happening? This progression, this ever speeding up? I am, and I certainly see it when I went into Facebook the other day to post something from my other business. It was like just post after post after post after post after post, all of people posting awakening things. And what they tend not to do is they don't write now the images. I think because images you can get away with a lot more, because the bot can't pick it up. It can only pick up what you write. So there's very little comments except the meme or the image or whatever. But loads of people. I think that's where we are, in a big, big shift. How lovely, eh? How lovely. And how lovely that we've come so far and we've watched all of these steps. It's time to watch this other big step now, isn't it? I love you all, and I'll speak to you all later. Bye-bye.